Well, I can tell you one thing you're definitely going to see every week.
What is that, Jake? Or you're trying to lead me into just start
hit
playing
the
the theme song?
Yeah, we'll get there one day.
All them balls with his foot down on the gas. Homie, kick it off the turf. Papa, kick it off the grass. Community mechanical, make old air blue. Baby, baby, buckle up. It's the
Brandon Aubrey Show.
That's right. The greatest kicker in history joins us every week. And it is brought to you by
Brandon Aubrey Show.
our HVAC company and Brandon's Community Mechanical. Welcome to the program, Brandon Aubrey. Got a little audio thing. Let's try it again. You?
Can you hear me?
We can.
We can.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
So I would imagine
that head is kind of weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fat head. I forgot.
Oh yeah. One of our. Remember we were doing the Brandon Aubrey theme song contest?
Yeah.
The guy, I think when we first were playing the songs for you, you couldn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you can hear it now. This is the guy who sent us the Brandon Aubrey Fathead.
From the pitch to the gridiron, he's number one, you know. 60 plus is nothing. It's a Brandon Aubrey Show. Na 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 na. Brandon Aubrey Show. Na 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 na. Kick ball. Na 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 na. Get checked. Na 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 na. Brandon Aubrey Show.
Hold on, big finish.
That would finish second.
That's awesome.
He didn't win, but he did send us the fathead. Sorry if that bothers you.
Oh no, it's good. It's just gonna take a while to get used to it. You can just see my bottom lip above Jake's head.
I forgot about it. So my guess is you've been through a lot more ties than most of your teammates. So I don't know. Probably feels pretty different in football. And you know me, like I'm a fan talking to you. So, I come out of that game looking at it from a holistic standpoint. I'm fired up, but I'm interested in how I think Jerry mentioned that he might have had a message. Did Jerry comment to the team?
He didn't talk to us.
Okay.
I'm sure he talked to the media. I haven't heard anything that he's said about it yet. But I'm sure it's got to deal with kind of on the Micah trade and his thoughts on that in the game. But
no, maybe I misread it because he said something like, I can't have these guys feeling down after this. Like, this is not a game we're going to feel down about type thing. That was Jerry's bid.
We had a couple of chances to win that game. We had a 4th and 8. Stop them there. It's over. So, going into the game, we felt like we could win as a team, and we felt like no one really gave us that chance. So it's nice to be the underdog every once in a while. And I feel like this season all year we're going to be the underdog, which is fantastic. But we felt like we could win that game, and I think we showed that we could have and probably should have. Offense and special teams were doing great. Defense was getting a few stops when we needed them. We just couldn't get that last play, whether it's, Terp busting that kickoff all the way to the house to get us over the finish line, or defense getting that stop on 4th and 8, or offense punching it in end zone on overtime. So any of those things, all 3 phases can win you the game. We made enough plays to get a tie, which is weird. And yeah, I've gone through a lot of ties in soccer. Feels a lot different in soccer when you actually have a value, you get 1 point instead of 3 in the table in the standings, and happens quite frequently. But even in soccer, when you're kind of favored and feel like you're attacking all game, and you just can't find a way to win the game, it feels bad. And that's kind of, I'd say, the way this one felt for us. I know maybe fans and other people who didn't give us a chance to win that game going into it might feel the opposite way, but we felt like we were right there the whole game and should have got over the finish line a couple of times and just couldn't get it done. So yeah, it's a sad feeling at the end of that game.
Your thoughts on the new overtime?
The new overtime rules, I like them. If we could maybe, I know it's tough as a specialist. I feel like we could keep playing, but I'm not getting hit every play, so it does have to end at some point. Don't want to go to some silly ending. The way the USFL did it, I didn't really like, but you get it. They want to have a winner. There's a shorter season, and it's exciting to kind of do just like a shootout, one play, get in the end zone, you get a point, and you do that 3 times. Think that's a silly way to end a football game, especially one that was fought over back and forth with so many lead changes like that, to just kind of leave it up to one play on offense, one play on defense. So I like the way it works. You're going to have a few ties every once in a while. It's fun to see the strategy play out. Like obviously getting the ball second, they've got 4 downs to score. I was a little surprised. I feel like they were very conservative in overtime, which sure works out for us. They almost found a way to lose for us, which is, you say a lot of times in the NFL games are lost more than they're won. So they almost gave it to us. I think they're pretty fortunate to come out of there with the 1 second on the clock, snapping it with 6 like that. But yeah, it was a fun game. It was exciting, and I enjoyed it. I think the overtime rules are right where they need to be. And if it's in the playoffs, they just give another 10-minute period, or how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know if they extend it to 15 and just make it another 15 after those extra 5, or if it's 10. But the premise is the same.
I think they just flip it and put another 10 up.
Yeah.
So you can't let it.
It seems like we've both been like, Ty's so weird, but it just seems like sometimes this is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know if the new overtime format makes this more likely to have ties or not. But like you said, the
way they played it,
their conservatism, led to that. It didn't seem like they were like, I got to score a touchdown. It seemed like they were worried they weren't going to score a touchdown, and they were going to leave a minute on the clock, and the Cowboys have Brandon Aubrey.
That was a big player in the broadcast, is like they're managing this to take him out of the game.
Yeah, so they're thinking we get down there, and then it's no guarantee you can punch it in, and if we have to settle for that field goal, well, Dak 1 or 2 completions, and now we're kind of in a range.
Plus Terp.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is working so well on that front. But
yeah. And that's like people are amazed by Brandon Aubrey across the league, just saying you and these new kickoff rules have changed the calculations on like end of game like that. But because you do make 60-yarders quite often, and it's blowing people's minds.
I could see that. Hadn't thought about it that way, but that could make sense.
Do you think is the new ball thing actually helping with the distance and all that across the league?
I think it's helping with other teams. Chase McLaughlin hit a 65 this week, and he's a guy I would have thought didn't have that leg in him. He squeaked it through, but before having watched him, I would have guessed his range is like 62, 63. So maybe he's getting a little bit out of it. But I've said it before, our EQ staff has done a great job on game days prior to this season, breaking in ball number 1 for us. So it's pretty much the same thing for us. I guess the rare situation, something happens to ball number 1, now 3 and 5, so 1, 2, and 3 are 1, 3, and 5 when you're home, or 2, 4, and 6 when you're on the road. So our other balls are just as good as ball 1 now. So if something crazy were to happen, we'd have a few replacement balls that are nice, whereas before we wouldn't. But maybe other guys, EQ staffs weren't doing a great job, or whatever it is, and now the players get a chance to get their hands on the ball and are making them the way they want them. So nothing's changed for us. I'll put it that way. I'll leave it at that.
Did that Green Bay kicker, or we were thinking he might have got concussed, right? But obviously then he went out and made the field goal in overtime. But
yeah,
we're
great
watching
game for him.
Yeah, we're watching kickers a lot closer now.
Yeah, but even the kickoffs, though, man. Like I don't know how if
they
you
are
have
interesting.
a game that's. It seems like it's been steadily getting better, but man, when you had 3 or 4 that they had to put on the 20, and 1 or 2 that were 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you felt dialed on those Sunday.
Yeah, put a lot of work in on those, and it's really easy to recreate the conditions I'm going to play in on game day when we're playing at AT&T and we've got Ford Center inside. So pretty much translate 1-to-1 from practice to game day when we're out in Chicago, and I'm practicing outside at at the Ford Center. The wind is not 1-to-1, so got to kind of find your range and warm up. And even warm up conditions can be different than, because we warm up an hour and 30 minutes before the game. 90 minutes, the weather pattern changes, especially since we always seem to have storms brewing during our game. It's hard to figure out exactly how hard you have to kick it, where inside it's okay, I know how hard I have to kick it.
Next week is what, the Jets?
Jets.
And that's where the Giants play, so you've been there plenty, or at least a couple times.
Oh, in MetLife twice this year.
I wanted to mention, because this affected me Sunday, and then I got thinking, well, if this is affecting me, what is Brandon Aubrey doing? Just waiting all day for a night game.
A Sunday night.
Yeah, it just seems, I don't know. Because I'm early morning guy now. I wake up early, and now it's just like I'm counting down. All right, 6 hours, we'll get started. Now oh my God, it's only 5 hours now? Like, I don't know. What are you doing all day? And do you have to sleep in a hotel the night before, like in other games? What do you do?
Yeah, they have it available for us if we need it. I like 50-50. I don't know whether I take them up on it. We have morning meetings, and then I'll come home. I'll get home around 12 and just hang out with the family like a normal day. Play with Colton, do some chores around the house, and then look at my phone and be like, okay, it's time to go. And then I'll head up to the stadium. And then once I get to the stadium, I just go through my stretch routine, walk the field, and get ready to go. I like the primetime home games a lot better than the primetime night away games. So I can usually get home around like 11:30 and just go straight to bed. And I like the long build up to a game. Makes it feel, I don't know. I feel like I have more time to just mentally prepare. The 12 o'clock home games are brutal for me because if you are at the hotel, you just wake up real early, sprint home, basically just kiss the family goodbye, and then go to the stadium. And then the game started before I feel like I even woken up. So those are the tough ones for me.
So you always go home after a hotel before going to the game?
Absolutely. You got to say hi to the family at the very least.
I love it.
It's on the way for me.
Okay. I hope my wife doesn't ever hear.
Yeah, I would
Brandon
just.
Aubrey's such a good dude.
What you have to do for the first time, you have to say we're not allowed to go home. We have to go right to the game.
You should tell him about the babysitter, the Tiger Woods babysitter.
She'll find out though when she starts talking to Banger's wife or something. He stops at home. I don't know that this is worth telling Brandon Aubrey, but when I had my second kid, it was a C-section. I didn't do the C. It was my wife. But they did let me. It's kind of like the wedding when you cut the cake. I held the knife with the doctor, and we took a picture of cutting her
stomach open. Yep, right there.
As we played Is It Cake with my wife's stomach. So it was a C-section, so that means she stays in the hospital overnight. But I had a 2.5-year-old daughter already, so someone has to go home with the daughter. I can't stay in the hospital overnight, and my family lives in Ohio, grandparents and stuff. So, honey, it's not my fault. Got to go home. She was cool with that, And, well, back in this day, I was playing a lot of Tiger Woods golf on PS4 or something. I don't know what it was. And I would play with a guy who lived in California or something. We had like a nightly game. And I was a really late night guy back then. I would sleep till noon during the weekend, but I would be up till 3 or 4 in the morning. So I called our babysitter, and I said, hey, can you be here tomorrow at 6 a.m.? Because it was a Sunday morning, and I didn't want to get up. I'm going to play Tiger Woods golf until 3. And I'm thinking I'll just have her take care of Ava, my little 2-year-old. And, Ava's now 20. So, so she did. And my wife didn't know about it, so it was all great until like 3 weeks later when she had the babysitter come over, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you since seen Ava since the day you were, in the hospital." And my wife's like, "What? You were here? Why?" "Oh yeah, Dan had me show up at 6 a.m."
Whereas, like, Brandon's playing with his kid the day he's going to kick in the Cowboy-Packer game.
She got really mad at me, and I was like, I thought the job was just to take care of the kid, which I did.
Yeah.
With the money that I made, working hard during the week, right?
He's our hero, Brandon.
Like, tell you what to do or how to do it, just not both kind of thing.
Ooh, I like that. I'll be using that. I got an email from a listener named Keenan, and he was in one of the field suites on Sunday.
Okay.
And he snapped a couple pictures when you were warming up. And I don't know if we have these, Clayton, but there's a security guy like over there with you. We're obsessed with like Dom, the Eagles guy, because he's their guy. But this guy's just with you over. Do you get the same home kicking security guy? Like, do you know this gentleman?
Yeah, that's Angel. He's awesome.
Nice.
We have 2 of them. They take great care of us.
He's scary.
He's just there to make sure no one gets between me and Trent. Really, he's protecting other people. And I've never had too many issues at home with people trying to get near me. So he's been great. I'm sure you can see he's large. So if anybody was rushing the field, he'd take good care of me.
That's cool, man. Like that, it feels like a big deal to have a guy to protect you while you warm up. And he looks exactly like I thought a guy who protects the Cowboys kicker would.
Did you say you're getting home at 11:30? Or are you not sitting in the same traffic I am?
Well, not last night. Last night or after the game, what time did I get home? I think I got home at like 1.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go up to the laundry room with the family for a little bit and usually wait out the traffic. But if I'm in a rush, I'll get out of there. They park our cars right next to the stadium, so we don't have a terrible time getting out. There's a little bit of traffic, but I usually just take the back roads home. You can get back there in like 35, 40-ish minutes.
I feel like you should just have the theme song to your show playing so people know to get out of the way. Somehow there's got like you honk a horn and it's the Brandon Aubrey something. It's insane to think that the Cowboy players wait in traffic between a guy who's like calling into a post-game show. Bitching because he's mad.
That was my thought, just sitting in traffic. I was like, there's no way the players have to deal with this, right? Because my radio partner thought we could beat the traffic. We could not.
No.
Yeah, it was a long night.
You can't beat it. You can just wait it out. That's usually what I do. The bus gets a police escort, so I don't know how much that would help. There's sometimes the police escort really moves it out of the way, but sometimes there's just so much you can't get it all out of the way. But yeah, my move is usually wait it out. We've got a nice players and family lounge that we can go up to, good food, free drinks. So we'll usually take advantage of that.
Where's the bus take you?
The bus takes you back to the Star, and then guys can go from there. But that's so far away from my house. Yeah. I don't do that.
So you went out for the coin toss, and so did Micah. And I saw Micah kind of stayed with you a little longer than most. I'm not going to ask you what he said, but,
did you
have a pretty good relationship?
What did Micah say to you?
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Mike a few times. I would always just kind of ask him about how things are going, and he seemed frustrated with the contract situation. I'd just kind of check in, and he likes to talk, so I like to listen. And all he said to me was, "Go get your money," and I was like, "Whatever."
That sounds like Micah.
I'm just kicking balls.
Yeah, we noted very early on that he was a different type of athlete. That he was super, super well versed on everybody's contract situation.
Yeah,
across the league.
Across the league, his position, others. He knew who was up. He knew what they deserved. So in hindsight, it's not like terribly surprising this went the way it did, but I was always interested in that. Now he's the kick. He knows the kicker's free, and then he needs to get paid. Like that's not everybody's like that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He loves Jake. Micah does.
Yeah, I heard your special or your recap on it with the jacket and the spicy pizza.
Yeah, He recognized me the next year. It was just this year felt a little. Hey, remember the pizza boy? Felt not the moment for it at camp this year.
And training camp was a stressful time for him. He wasn't in the best mood for the most part, and for reasons that make sense to me, it's his future was so up in the air, and there wasn't a lot of clarity for most of it. So it was just a tough situation for him to not be in, just kind of a cloudy fog of a mood. So give him a pass there. He's still a human, no matter what you guys think about him, and he's been through a lot. I know, making a lot of money through it, but he went through a lot mentally, battling with that contract situation. So I understand he handled it different than most guys would, but there's no real playbook when you're dealing with that. So tough for him to go through that.
We were listening to Collinsworth talk about it. It's just kind of sad, like and you move on. He's on a different team, and the Cowboys, as a Raku, looked great the other night. Trust me, I could sell myself on anything, but it's just sad. It's just I don't know, but whatever. We move on.
And kind of fitting that ended in a tie kind of makes it feel like it's going to work out for both sides.
I saw somebody say that right after. It was like, look, this is the trade. They'll both be fine in different ways, and I can live with that for sure. My last thing, you said you're not in favor of the USFL thing, the one play offense or one play. What about just kicking? Let's take it out to 50. We'll go to 55. We'll go to 60.
That'd be my dream. Just play pig out there with the field goal kickers off sticks. Just go to the sideline and say, okay, I'm gonna hit the right upright here. And if you do it, the other guy's got to do it. If not, he gets P. And then the game ends. That'd be fun.
That honestly,
you'd probably lose the crowd, but I'd have a blast.
I don't know. I feel like that's easily just as good as the college overtime, where they're running one or two plays. If he's out there calling his shot.
If we get you 10 kicks from the 30-yard line, so that's a 40-yard field goal, and you got to hit the upright. 10 kicks. How many do you hit? Do you do this?
I do it with my one steps from about 20 yards away. And in our practice facility, we have the high school uprights right next to, or they have the high school uprights and we put a pro post between them. So you have 9 feet gap there, and I try to put it between them. It's only 20 yards and I'm not moving, just swing your foot while you're stationary. I can put it through there. I'll put it through 4 out of 5 times. I'll get back to you on hitting the upright. It's pretty small. I'd imagine I'd hit it once, but probably not much more than plus or minus 2 of those. So probably 3-0, I'd say.
Okay. Did I show you this last week that our T-shirt guy made a shirt for you guys? He actually gave me a few of these. He wants me to give them to you. I can probably give it to Blake, right? You guys are now a little. He'll hand you a stash before the game.
After.
Yeah, I can.
After the game.
Well, the Lucy's up in there, right?
The Lucy, yeah. Wrap the Lucy's in these. He made some shirts that he's selling on our merch site now. Is leg day every day. And
that is awesome.
And by the way, that's just any random football player with a 17 on their helmet. That's not. Yeah. That could be anybody.
There's no star on that. This is the same way if you ever get in a TV commercial. Well, you're in a TV commercial, right?
He knows he's got to wear a football shirt.
I saw your acting the other day.
Was it good? What do you think?
It seemed like you were dejected and needed ice cream.
Yes, perfect.
That's right.
Well, good times, man.
Yeah, I'll give you that shirt, but I want Trent's Banger and Butter shirt. That thing was sick.
All right, I'll see if I can dig one up.
And look,
what
we
size?
know you. Yeah, what size?
XL.
XL. All right.
We know you guys have access to hats that we can't get.
Oh, the hat he had on the sideline is awesome.
The hat on McAfee too. People are asking me where do I get that? Dak has the lineman hat.
I like the sparkly cancer hat Brandon had on the sideline the other day. Right? The little the colors.
That one I think you could probably
the crucial
get.
catch hat. I gave mine away. One of the sideline security guys has a family member going through cancer, so he asked for it. I gave it to him. But they do sell those, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we could get you one of those, Dan. The one that just has the uprights and the ball
I have the big
going
sweatshirt
through it,
that McCarthy wore. I love that.
Yeah. The upright hat, that is from my kicking coach. He's starting a new brand, Performance Kicking, and just kind of want to represent him, give as much free publicity as I can. So I go on a show like that. I just throw it on, and I like to wear my hats backwards just so I don't give away free publicity, and you can see my full face. I'm not putting a shadow, but felt like I needed to throw that one around for that moment.
Respect.
Yeah. So I mean, right now I'm just wearing a Vibeware hat that you guys can also buy online. It's just a company, but don't want that all over. The hat is like a prototype made by Vibeware. Actually, they had a collab with Performance Kicking, and I think he made just 30 of them. I have 2. I can give one of them to you guys if you guys can fight over it.
Hey, people were asking us, and I just want them to know you can't get the hats he got. I don't wear hats.
Those aren't for sale. I don't know if they ever will be for sale. They're just my kicking coach printed a couple of hats, gave them to his kickers that are in the NFL and to Dak, trying to get his brand out there, sort of deal.
Respect. So if a listener asks, I'll say, why don't you make an all-pro?
Yeah, and, I'll support your. We should promote. We'll promote your kicking coach for sure.
Yeah, Performance Kicking. He's right here in the DFW area and Austin. He goes between the 2 locations every other week.
Wonder what he could do with a schlub like me. Like, obviously, you can turn a former first-round MLS draft pick. First-round pick?
Yes.
First-round MLS draft pick into a good NFL kicker.
Yeah,
what can he do with a raw piece of
Blake.
clay like me? Oh, Blake, you want?
I can't kick, really.
Blake is a humble athlete.
Not yet.
He is an ass-kicking athlete.
Blake's lower half is powerful. He can turn
figure it out.
Yeah.
If you can golf, you can kick.
He can drive a ball 300 yards. He can hit home runs in softball. He is.
Yeah. Your power comes from all the same places where you're hitting your golf ball and your baseball. So you'd figure it out. All I don't know. The foot-eye coordination is the hardest part, but the power's there if you can just figure out the technique.
Go make some kicks.
I'll
Brandon
kick.
Aubrey.
Fine.
How long can you dribble a soccer ball up in the air? The foot-eye coordination though, Tiger can do with the golf ball. Can you do it for 30 seconds?
A soccer ball?
Yeah.
Until I get tired of doing it.
Damn.
You should see him on the plane. That's all he's doing.
Up and down.
Yeah.
Up and
Walking
down the aisle.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Thanks for taking the time today, and we'll talk next week.
See you in New York.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
You guys maybe go ice skating at Central Park
I would love
together or
to.
something?
I'd love to. Get some dollar pizza.
That is the Brandon Aubrey program, brought to you by Chameleon Mechanical.